Good afternoon to all. Myself, Assistant Professor Jyoti Chauhan in Computer Science Department at MVLU College. On behalf of College Management Director Srimati Jyoti Gatonde, faculty and admin staff members, I extend my warm welcome to one and all present for our national level webinar on Know Your Health, Say No to Panic in Pandemic. The registration was open to everybody, and today we have college students, medical practitioners, medical learners, teachers for schools and colleges, and other members of the community from all across India participating on this platform. In the true sense, it is a celebration of Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav, where we wish our participants to be free from panic and fear of health issues. Now, I would request Assistant Professor Pradna Babal to introduce our college to all the participants.
Thank you, Jyoti ma'am. Good afternoon to everyone. Myself, Assistant Professor Pradnya Babal, will now take you on a virtual tour of our college. Our college name is Lakshmi Charitable Trust, Sheth L.U.J College of Arts and Sir M.V. College of Science and Commerce. It is also known as MVLU College. It was established in 1963. This is affiliated with University of Mumbai. Our college offers 4 courses: BSc Computer Science, BSc Information Technology, BSc Biotechnology, BMM or BAMMC. He was our Honorable Trustee, the late Sri Hemant Visanji. Currently, his wife, Srimati Aarti Visanji, is the chairperson of Trust. Her mission is to give an exceptional progressive education to students, focusing on their intellectual growth, providing quality and value-based education to them. She is our director, ma'am, Mrs. Jyoti Gaitonde, is a living example of leadership. She has a vision of academic success for all students. Our college has 2 auditoriums, one on the ground floor and the other on the first floor, where all seminars are take place, which has capacity around 500 persons. This is our canteen where you get good quality of food at an affordable price by maintaining hygiene. This is our college field where all sports are played. At the back of the college there is a lawn tennis court. We also have gymkhana where you will find all types of games like chess, carom, table tennis, etc., which is actually the stress buster zone for the students. This is our college library where you can find all types of books. It has a collection of about 60,000 textbooks, reference books, journals, periodicals, etc. We have 2 computer labs, Computer Science Lab and Information Technology Lab, where all computer related subject practicals are carried out. We also have Biotech Lab for biotechnology students. For BMMC or BMM students, we have a media room which have high-tech computers with graphic card and graphic processors. These are our classrooms. We have AC classrooms as well as non-AC classrooms. In our college, we celebrate different cultural events like Sadi Day, Traditional Day, etc. We used to go on industrial visit every year where students interacted with industry persons and become acquainted with industry environment. We also celebrate convocation ceremony for the last year students. Our college students play university sports like cricket, football, boxing, kabaddi, etc. In our college, there is a computer education center, which is a branch of 65-year-old institute, where we teach different types of different courses like Java certification, Android certification, .NET certification, Python certification, etc. For this center, there is a different lab where all students get training for the software certification. We also offer digital marketing course, where you will be capable of planning and executing digital marketing campaigns across various categories of brands. If you wish to know more about the college, you can just visit this link www.mvlucollege.in.
Very good afternoon to everyone. On the onset, I would like to thank our management who always motivate us to go ahead with such kind of activities. And also, we have our director ma'am joined us with this meeting, and I really thank her because she took in time out. She is in abroad for certain important work, but still she made a point that she joined this meeting. So thank you, ma'am, for being there and encouraging us. And without taking your further time, I will go ahead with today's whole session. So I will be your host myself. I'm Dr. Mahendra Kanojia. I'm in head in computer science department at MVLU College. As all of us know that today's guest speaker is Dr. Manish Yadav. He is well-known homeopathic physician in Mumbai who has been in practice since 2008. He is visiting faculty member at Song Clinic in Andheri East. He also has his clinic where he practices in Mira Road. Is in head of homeopathic setup in Vikhroli and is in consultant at the Sadbhavna Trust, which is in Cancer Center and near Tata Cancer Hospital. His desire is to use homeopathy to treat difficult patients and has allowed him to study under the mentorship of several pioneers in the profession. He is also motivating mentor to many budding homeopathic students. In fact, we have some of his students today joined to this session also. He is famous among his patients as a sound healer who is always willing to help and to maintain faith in the healing process. Even he is my doctor, and this session got decided when a few days back when this weather and climate change has happened, and I was taking a treatment with him, and he was explaining me about the illness in such a nice way that I thought this knowledge should go to everyone. I requested him to conduct a session for all of us, and willingly he accepted it to everyone about the human body's healing power, and he also promotes natural therapy. So I'm really happy, and from all behalf of MVLU College and all of us, I welcome Dr. Manish Yadav for today's webinar. Hello, doctor. Oh, so we are back. I hope we are audible. Okay.
So thank you, Mahendra. Thank you, and good afternoon to all the participants who are right now at this platform. And I'm really happy to connect with all of you. And very thanks to the management and this team to organize such an event so that we can talk about health, basically. Thank you.
Okay, doctor. So the today's whole session I would like to tell our participants is going to be based on the queries which all of you, when you registered, you have sent us some queries at the time of registration, the health related queries. So what we did is we clustered the query into a certain symptoms or what exactly the issues people are facing. And then what we did, we converted it into some form of questions, which, as I have informed doctor, that rather than he talking on a topic and picking to one topic, it was more important to address to the problem of the participants, those who are here and those who are watching us on YouTube and everywhere. So, doctor, as we have categorized things, the first thing which we saw, or the first question which came as a panic state, and I feel everyone will agree to that, was fever. So the word fever over here is so common. Like I feel from a small child to all age people, they experience fever, and that turns out to be as soon as fever comes, I believe everyone starts panicking. So can you put a light on this topic, fever?
Very important topic, actually. Fever is like a synonym to fear. F for fever, F for fear. Am I correct? Right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's how people think in their minds. Mahendra, I would like to ask you, what do you think? Fever is a disease or just a symptom?
See, I represent a layman over here, so for me, definitely it isn't disease or I'm confused when you ask me this question. No, I'm not sure about it. Maybe disease?
People treat it as a disease. If fever comes, for them it's a disease. Ye bimari, it's a disease for them. So let us understand this fever, what this fever is and why this fever comes, and what about this fever is so alarming that we get so much scared. Let me take you to the evolution phase. The human body, since it is on Mother Earth, it is facing all the challenges. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, yeah,
The
definitely.
diseases, the bacteria, the viruses, and today you and me are here. It means that human being or human, the animal, the human element is survived so many calamities. Hence, you and me are sitting here. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, sure, sure, definitely.
And also, you would agree that there are certain organs in your body which right now are still there. It's like a wasted organ, but it is not required. Do you know any one of them?
Maybe the tailbone?
Oh, you have a good knowledge, huh? Great. Great. A lot of people know that. Tailbone, appendix, these are all wasted organs. Now, everybody knows about this. I don't need to elaborate, but I'll give you a few points why this is not used right now. Because as the evolution of human body has happened, as the body has adapted to the natural calamities, these organs are of no use. Hence, the body has given it up, but still the remnants are remaining. Hence, we can find out some traces, some points there. But it is of no use, right? But you will be astonished to know that fever has not changed. Means from the beginning of the generation till now, fever is one of the mechanism, one of the adaptability of human life, which has just not changed. In every generation, the bacteria change, viruses change, calamities change, but body has got fever. It has always got fever. It will keep on getting fever.
But then, like, definitely, then, is it a symptom?
Now you are on the right track.
Okay.
So it's not a disease. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so you try to say that if it would have been a disease, it would have changed. Like this corona is changing, sometime Omicron, sometime Delta, but the fever remains fever. So
Yes.
we should take it as a symptom.
Yes.
Okay.
We should take it as a symptom. And more than symptom, what we need to understand is that I'll give you some quotes like, Hippocrates, everybody knows. He has written, philosopher, he was one of the greatest philosophers. He wrote, when medicine and surgery cannot cure, fever cures.
Okay.
If fever cannot cure, the case is incurable.
So you mean to say that rather than a symptom, it is a cure?
Okay. There's a therapy known as fever therapy, pyrotherapy. Anybody can Google and find out. There are huge literatures on pyrotherapy. Physicians like Hippocrates, then Galen. Then there are so many physicians and philosophers who talked about this fever aspect. And before these modern medicine came in, there were times when they induced it. In fact, you will be astonished to know there's one physician, neuropsychiatrist from Australia. He got Nobel Prize. His name is uh, Julius Wagner, if I'm not mistaken. Julius Wagner, J for Julius and Wagner. He was an Australian neuropsychiatrist who received a Nobel Prize. You know why? Because he introduced psychiatric patients. He introduced, there was a syphilis, one illness is there, very bad illness, sexually transmitted illness. It was very rampant. To treat the neurological symptoms of syphilis, he induced malarial fever into those patients. And when the fever came in, he treated them with anti-malarials. And because of the fever, as it came in, the patients got better with their psychology, all the neurological symptoms. And he is the first psychiatrist doctor to receive Nobel Prize.
So it is like to cure an ailment, he introduced another ailment so that the fever comes, and then he treated the fever and the other ailment which eradicated the previous one.
Yes. Now the understanding is coming slowly and steadily. Another point I'll give you, you think over it. It is said when the body temperature is high, bacteria cannot survive.
Okay.
So you people know that bacteria attack, fever comes. So treat the fever. But the physiology says, the body function says, when fever is high, Bacteria don't survive. Now tell me what to do.
Okay, so I understand that if there is a fever, the bacteria, the pathogens are not going to survive. But then a man can survive when he has a fever.
Okay. Now let's come to the another point is that we have to understand. Now I ask you, Mahendra, who is the best doctor that you know? Of course, you'll tell my name. You should tell my name.
Yeah, definitely, because you are my doctor, so definitely I'll
I'm
take
just
your name.
joking. But
Yeah.
but tell me, Mahendra, for a layman, who's the best doctor?
For the doctor to whom he goes.
No, no. The best doctor for you is your own body.
Okay,
Your body,
I never give a thought
your
for that.
body has a unique defense system. It can surpass all the medicines, all the therapeutic system. It can surpass that. It can survive in weirdest climates. You have no idea how the body system works, the immunity factor that we talk about. So how does body prevent? Body is, I'll tell you, even till the last moment when you are like right now on the ventilator also, even till the last moment, body is trying to protect you through its intelligence that it has got through the defense system. Now, what are those defense system? The number one defense system that we need to understand is fever. So when the bacteria and the viruses or some nuisance you do, it goes inside, body produces heat, body produces fever, and the
Okay.
fever is good if you're getting fever. Actually, it is said that your vitality is good. But what do we do? And like fever, I said it could be cold and cough. I'll give an example. And then like suppose after this session we'll go somewhere. Definitely we will go somewhere, and we'll have all junk.
Yeah, probably no, but yeah, maybe.
Just weirdest imagination. We go and have a lot of junk.
Okay.
You know, aerated drinks and junks and everything. If your and my system is good now, if you get tomorrow diarrhea, you should congratulate yourself. Not take any medicine. The body throws out excess toxins. We'll come to the medication part when it has to be done.
Yeah, that gave me the
I know,
alarm.
I know.
Like,
I'm
how
looking
come?
at I'm looking at your face and I understand. Oh, is this doctor saying that no medication has to be taken? That's the question going in your mind, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you read a better. We both are sitting for audience. I would like to tell you all. We both are sitting opposite to each other, though we have been shown in single frame, and that's why you may see our eyes goes up and down because we are sitting in front of each other. So we've been having a communication in opposite directions. So sorry to disturb, doctor. Please.
So basically, first I want people to understand the phenomena of the physiology. Later we'll come for the treatment.
Okay.
The problem that I face and what upsets me, and see, so many years of practice, the diseases that I have seen, a lot of critical cases I have seen, and understanding that I have understood. Of course, everybody knows, but I have seen, I have been witnessing day in and out. I know the hazards of all the suppressive ailments that you take, the medications. I have a problem with people popping a tablets like chocolate. I'll tell you, just yesterday only, I saw a person wearing a mask, and I will not take a name of the brand, antipyretic. It was written there, as if he's not protecting himself but advertising everybody that this is the brand, antipyretic. I got a message. You must have also got a message, WhatsApp, funny message. A guy comes, and says from the name of the antipyretic, and he says, I feel today as if I am only the vaccination.
Okay, I got it.
You got it.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So we should not take the name, but I
Yeah.
got it. What?
So I have a problem with this because why people are doing is that, like to my patients, all my patients I tell them, and I've got a lot of pediatric patients, and to handle pediatric patient, it's not pediatric. You have to handle mothers,
So for our audience, those who don't understand it, pediatric means kids,
children's,
children,
children.
right?
So also I have got adult patients also. So I tell them strictly, 102 fever at least. Don't pop in any medicines. I'm here sitting here. Till 102, don't pop in any medications. Why? Because let me tell you, 60 to 70% of the normal cases get better by its own. The body has its own capacity to deal with it. I'll come to the problem why you're taking medications. We'll come to that. But 60 to 70%, it's called kind of indisposition. That's the name in medical term we give. Many times it could be indisposition. Now, what is indisposition? Let's understand.
Okay.
I got a call from a patient. He got fever in the night. In the night means evening. And you know what he said? Doctor, please give me medicine. My fever should get better. By night. By morning, I should be alright. I said, why? Because next morning I have to catch flight.
Okay.
I have a meeting to attend. This, that, whatever. Now tell me, everybody is like that.
Yeah,
Why,
definitely.
why are people running behind fast medications? Because students are here. No? Why students are running behind fast medications? Because Mahendra sir will shout, na, if tomorrow lecture is not attended.
No, we give the option to give medical certificate in that case.
So medical certificate. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
So idea behind that is what you need to understand is we have our own logical system, but the body has got its own system of running the economy. The human body has nothing to do with your EMIs, nothing to do with your lack of money, nothing to do with your attendance, your goals, ambition. Its only goal is to have a healthy economy inside. That's it. So when you abuse your body, when you overexert your body, through overthink or extend or climate changes happen, whatever, body will take its own course. The mother nature will take its own course to heal it. But what are we doing? We don't want to wait. We want to get it fast. And in that bargain, a lot of problems happen.
But then, doctor, the question comes in mind: if I have a fever and I don't immediately treat it, won't I be getting dehydration?
Okay. So now let's come to the fear factor. What is a fear? Like I'll ask you, man. You also have a family. You also have a kid in your family. You have a big family. I know. Now tell me, if fever comes, what are your fears as a layman? Talk about it. I'll address
So
one of them.
I represent this audience today. So what I have read. So when a fear when a fever comes, I have to talking fever as a fear now. Come on. Okay. So when a fever comes, for me, the panic is the fever should go down.
Why?
Obviously, for us till now, I should say it was a disease. For me, I
So
was
what
not
is a
looking
fear?
out.
I know what is a fear. Let's talk.
The fever is like,
What will happen?
if the fever doesn't goes down, I might have to go to the hospital. My body will dehydrate.
You'll die, huh? You'll die.
Yeah, maybe that could be the extreme case.
Let's come to the ultimate. You'll die.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. My dear friend, doesn't happen like this. The fear overrules you. I'm not saying that you don't need to get investigated, don't need to get medications, but you also understand that when the fear is there more, we overdo things. In our anxiety, I'll tell you, doctors sometimes overprescribe. You know why? Because the patient wants the prescription. Doctor, give something, give something, give something. 20 times they'll say, doctor will give something. Are Baba, theek. So your anxieties can take you to different places when you do not understand the body. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So basically, we should immediately not start panicking.
The first thing is get rid of the fear. What should you do now? Maybe your question should be, now people must be thinking, then what should we do? Should we leave the fever as it is?
Yeah, definitely. We should leave it as it is.
No. You should not leave it, but you should see, I'll tell you one thing. The disease, I'm also saying disease, but the symptoms that come in, it's a very big opportunity to look within. If you get cold, cough, fever, many times these symptoms come. You know what they're saying? They're saying, Mahendra, you are very ambitious, huh? Running too hard. Stop. Relax. But Mahendra logically does not want to stop. There could be a bigger accident, bigger damage to the body might be coming. So fever comes so that it says halt, halt, take rest, chill out, don't exert. COVID, last 2 years, has taught many lessons. But for me, number one lesson is nothing happens if you're not there.
Yeah, everyone is replaceable. That is.
We feel that if I don't do anything, things will not happen. I have to do, but it's not like that. It's really not like that. So we have to get this. These are all our assumptions and all our all conditioned mind that we have developed. So the problem is what? Ki we are outward looking more than inward looking. Don't I get fever, cold and cough? Definitely, I work hard. I know 16, 18 hours sometimes I work. In the night also my phone keeps ringing. I work hard. But when I get ill, you know what I do? I shut down. Because I know I need to, if I am healthy, then only I can be able to treat many more patients, right?
Right.
So I shut down. I loosen down. I stop thinking. Whatever happens, happens. So take proper rest. Now, what to do in fever? If you get the first thing you should do, of course, monitor. You should not become careless and go out and start freaking and no, don't become careless. First is take rest. Monitor it, I said, monitor it, then take rest. Hydrate yourself more, as much as you can hydrate.
So drink lots of water.
Yeah, citrus drink, water, or basically in the disease. Now this is something good. In the disease, if you feel like eating or drinking something, you should take it.
But
Your
many
body
times you
craves.
don't feel like eating anything.
Yeah, but many times you get a craving for chocolate, you get a craving for sweet, salt, citrus.
So maybe my students
So-
listening over here, they will make this as a defense mechanism. And I'm getting a fever. Doctor told me, demand what you want to eat.
Yeah, but when they eat excess, then they only have to suffer. So leave up to them.
Okay.
Okay. Then comes investigation. I'll talk about taking. If you're just talking about the conventional medicine, the antibiotics and all.
No, like I believe prevention should be there, or what exactly to be done? Like first we have hydrate, citrus. Like what next?
Sponging.
Okay,
If
right.
mother, if seniors are watching here, all my patients, mothers especially, fever comes, they are ready with the cloth because I have guided them. Don't call me before, even if you do not sponge it. So that is there to keep sponging, because what happens when you sponge it, automatically the temperature goes down, and body has its own way of rising the fever, and then taking care of it properly. So viral fever, when you say virus, viral. What one thing we have to understand is that every virus or any disease has got its own span. 4 days, 5 days, it is going to take. So give the body chance to heal themselves. When we come to now, next thing is investigation. Do investigation, no problem. Consult a doctor. Consult some good doctor. Of course, every doctor is good, but consult him properly and do investigation. He will guide you what investigation has to be done. And then slowly and steadily, as things move on, then go on the medications.
So should I not take medicine on very first day I got a fever? Because many times we listen doctors saying, why you came after 2 days? You should have come on the very first day. This is what generally we listen. So
I generally avoid medications for my patients. I also I give natural therapies, like natural medicines I give. But like 199, 100, and you pop in an antipyretic, is that correct?
okay, so I can take it in this way. Once you see a temperature going beyond 100, you have to be alarmed and
Yeah.
start taking medication.
The alarm word is very important, which you spoke. So don't get alarm. Do all treatments, but don't alarm yourself. Oh my God, fever, fever, fever. Nothing, Baba. Understand. It's a healing mechanism. Nothing will happen, Mahendra, if you get 100 fever and you lie down for 4 hours. Nothing will happen.
So
Body will-
can I say in this way that fever is a friend rather than saying fever is fear?
Yes. Fever is a friend. I'll give you another example. As you narrated, I have a OPD for cancer patients. And
Yes.
so last 7-8 years, I've been fortunate enough to work with some senior doctors, and now I have my own OPD. So in cancer patients or in difficult pathologies, actually I am when treating, our philosophy is we are waiting for the patient to get fever. If the fever comes during the course of treatment, I am very happy. You know why? Because who will get fever? Who will get cold and cough? Who will get rhinitis, allergies, diarrheas, whose vitality is very strong?
Okay.
These are first level defense mechanism. So let's talk about defense mechanism. These are first level. Somebody gets and you go in infection area, you start sneezing, and if I get ill, I get ill. No, you are good. You get sinusitis or you get allergies because the first level defense is tackling it. Of course, it needs to be treated. But suppose this defense mechanism goes out, it goes here. Children's come, tonsils operated. What happens? Do you feel the disease goes? That from throat it goes to lungs. So as you remove, these are policing areas. If you keep removing this, the disease keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper.
So what should, okay, I understand now, and maybe the audience also, that, okay, fine, the fever itself has such a big defense mechanism. So fever, you get a fever, you should not panic, you should take rest, you should hydrate yourself, have a citrus drink, sponge, go for investigation to find out why this fever has come, right? And then the other defense mechanism you spoke about. So when this cold and cough is coming up, so taking them as a defense mechanism. But then, if not to treat fever, cold, and cough, then treat what?
Yes, very good question. So two things we have to understand. One is I talked about the indisposition. You can Google it and find it out the meaning. Indisposition means it will be getting cured by its own self. Like I gave you example, you go and have pizza, burger, vada pav, spicy things. You will have the discharges. Let the discharge come. Let the burning happen at the end area, right? Let it happen. Let it come out. If you stop it, you know what havoc you're going to create in your economy. So 2 days have trouble, have the discharges, have the diarrhea. The flushing, the body flushes out all the toxins if your body is healthy. So if it is indisposition, it will be taken care of. Take milder medicines, take diet changes and all. Then when we come to understanding that fever, my patients, I always educate them that when they call me, they never say I get fever. Oh doctor, 101 fever. I said keep the phone. You should call some other doctor. Why? Because I have trained them. I said, if you tell me 101 fever, what medicine I will give you? Paracetamol. That's the medicine everybody knows. So what I explain them and make them understand, cause.
Okay.
Nothing happens. Even today we are sitting as you started. This event is because of some cause. Na?
Yes,
Something
definitely.
happened. So there could be nothing. Even the disease when we're talking, how it can just come up like this? There has to be cause. So now your question would be, what causes? You would like to know?
Yeah, no, basically then, so what answer I got is this all are your defense mechanisms. So don't treat this defense mechanism, treat the cause, right?
Yes.
So maybe investigate the cause.
Of course, there is conventional side where you do the blood testing and all those things. I'm not talking about that. You go to a doctor and a lot of people are educated enough what test to do, which lab to go. You all know that. But I'm talking even much deeper. I'll give you an example. I'll share you a case of diarrhea. Only diarrhea. Okay. So I got 3 patients of diarrhea. Every day in out I have a lot of acutes, but just 3 patients of diarrhea. Number one patient, what happened is that she was giving me all the symptoms of diarrhea, 10, 12 diarrheas in a day, pain in the abdomen, all those common symptoms. When I investigated how did it start, she got a phone call 2 days before. Of course, this patient took allopathy and then came to me. It was not stopping hence it came. 2 days before, she got a call and some bad incident happened in her family. Some mental trauma happened, some bad news came. As that news came in, she was like, emotionally worked up. And she got a shock or kind of, emotional turmoil happened. She was shocked with that thing. After 2 hours, she got a cramp and diarrhea started. So now tell me, Mahendra, if you are a doctor sitting in my place, you would treat diarrhea or the cause?
And now, as per I'm getting educated, I think so we should treat the cause.
Yes. So we in homeopathic medicine we have certain medicines for emotional turmoils and all those aspects. We gave one medicine and within maybe 1 day, 1.5 days, slowly, next day she was fine. Second case, Second case. So cause number one is mental. You can write down the emotions and the mentals. It's very important. Cause number two, a guy came to me for 2.5 years. He was suffering 2.5 months. Sorry, he was suffering from diarrhea, pain in abdomen, cramps, gripping pain, then rushes to the stool. 2.5 months. Can you imagine?
How he was alive, I'm just imagining
Diarrhea in
that.
the sense, of course, he had taken antibiotics and also it has reduced, but still, watery stool 3 to 4 times. It was continuous with pain and couldn't eat and this and that. He did all investigations, and he was running from one hospital to another hospital. One of my relative brought him to me. So I just asked him 2.5 months before, what nuisance you did to your body. Tell me that. Of course, I didn't ask like that. That was in my mind. I just asked him, what abuse? How did you abuse your body? That was my question in my mind. So I asked him, tell me 2.5 years, very politely. What happened? He said, nothing, I had gone for a party in the evening in a bar. I don't drink. I'm a sattvic person. So what I did, my friends were drinking, but paneer was very good. It was very tasty. I'm also feeling like, let's have paneer. It was very tasty, gravy, and very soft. And he said, Doctor, you should also come sometime. It was so good, so good. So what I did, as I don't drink now, so I kept on eating. And without knowing, maybe I ate more. And next day, the problem started. Within 4 days, the diarrhea stopped. So addressing is what? Not the disease, the outcome. Addressing is the cause, the abuse. Another example I'll tell you. Another example is, so we talked about the mental emotional aspect
Yeah,
of
so
it.
the second one was the abusing body.
Food and drinks you can write down.
Okay.
Food, like eating ice cream, going out, or all those stuffs. Foods, it could be just foods.
So what do you eat?
What you eat. Third point you can write down is environmental causes.
Yeah.
Today it's raining. So strange, right?
It has been a strange from, I think so, last month. So
You
many
know,
instances.
I was just sitting outside and madam was there. I got a call, and he was one of my general practitioner friend. So he said, Manish, ठंडा है यार. Like general practitioner how they talk. It's cold. मतलब practice is cold. But he said बारिश हुई है आज.
Also, season. Okay.
I said enjoy that. So they are waiting. They know बारिश हुई है. Climate is changed. Now not today but tomorrow patient will come.
Okay, so the business
So he
time.
was, so that's what he's telling me. I said, do. I don't do general practice. I do. No problem. Of course, why should I disturb? So what does that mean is that environmental changes. So suddenly getting exposed to cold, suddenly, climate changes. Don't you think the body gets react to it? I had a patient, I'll not talk about diarrhea, but I'll talk about, okay, food and drinks I've talked about. Let's talk about diarrhea itself, one disease itself. This was a patient in the village, North UP. I'm from UP, so I got a patient from there when I'd been there. He was also having cramps and pains and occasional pain and diarrhea, loose stools. What had happened in the north in the winter season, climate is very cold. It's dry cold. It's very dry and cold, northwest wind. And he was going on a bike, he got exposed, he got sudden cold, and from there he got diarrhea.
Okay.
So what has to be treated now?
Again, the cold. So what I understand is the diarrhea was due to mental cause. The same diarrhea was due to food and drink, which is most common we think. And diarrhea was also due to environmental cause.
Yes.
So I really was not aware that due to environmental factor one can get diarrhea.
You can get not only diarrhea, you can get many illnesses because of environment. Because body is continuously reacting to the environment. It's not reacting, actually it is fighting the environment, all the environmental changes that is happening. But good enough that our body is so strong, the defense mechanism is so strong that it produces diseases like symptoms, the superficial symptoms like fever, cold, cough. I have some cases where exposed to deep environmental changes has even caused some bad pathological diseases also. It can go even to that level. We might talk about it later.
Yeah. So doctor, the second thing which we have got a lot is about pain. I think so. Pain.
Okay.
Pains. So it is quite. Yeah, definitely. When you are hurt, you get a pain. when you're having an stomach upset, you have a pain. So the pain is the another factor.
Yeah. Now it's very important, very good question you asked. Same in the physiology, pain is also a defense mechanism. Like, let's give me an example. Toothache, the weirdest pain, the wildest pain, right? Now, if the pain does not happen, suppose, you know what will happen to your tooth? What do you think? What will happen?
It will decay. I will not understand that.
You
Nothing
will
is
not
there.
understand the entire gums and all these areas and surrounding area will damage. Ulcer will happen. It will damage. So if pain happens, you know why? Why pain happens? Because pain is just a symptom. It's a signal. It says, wake up, look at it. You have done something or some problem is there. Address it. Forget everything. Address this pain. But now what people will do? They will eat.
Painkiller.
Huh?
Painkiller. Right.
They will, which has to be taken. I'm not here, Mahendra. People should not take it as if I'm against medications and all. I'm not saying don't take medication, but be aware. Just taking now, tell me, just if somebody is eating painkiller, will that infection go or that problem go?
No, it will just give a little relief for that time.
So pain means address it. So I talked about these causes. Address the cause. We just took dental pain example. It could be abdominal pain, renal pain. Address it. Be aware to it. Don't jump for the tablets and start popping it and feel that if the pain goes, infection little bit goes, you are happy, you are healthy. No. Why it has come? It has to be addressed. It has to be understood because it's like हिंदी में वो कहावत है ना, आंख बंद करने से बिल्ली को लगता है कोई दूध नहीं पी रहा है. I don't know how to translate it in English, but if you so if you close your eyes, if you put some bandage on your eyes, it doesn't mean the danger has gone.
Yeah, definitely. It is still there.
Yeah.
So again, the pain cause. So what learning we are getting today is through symptoms we should be understanding that there is some cause behind this and go for the cause and not for these symptoms. So if I'm approaching to Dr. Manish, I should say, come on, try to find out what are my symptoms. So I should come with you to tell you that what is the cause, what I did.
Even if you do not come with that, if you approach a homeopathic doctor, now here I am talking about natural healing therapies. Okay, so when you approach forget me, any homeopathic doctor, even if you do not know, he will dig and he will get out because he knows from where the disease is coming. He will get things out.
Okay. So now coming to this pandemic, as we said, there's no panic in pandemic. So I understand that once you get a fever, cold, cough, don't panic, stay calm, and go for the investigation, go for the cause, root cause, get treated. That's correct. Now, what about prevention? Like we say now, prevention is better than cure. So we talked about symptoms when we are infected or we are affected, they which may be due to some disease. But what about prevention? So what if I'm healthy right now and I don't want to, obviously it is not in my hand, but still if I want to prevent, right? So what is your guidelines in this condition right now?
So now in this scenario, of course, ICMR and the government has laid down all the precautions and everybody is aware of it. So we have to follow that. Okay, wearing masks, social distance, and all those other aspects, everything has to be followed. But I want to talk something even deeper than that.
Okay.
So, very good question you asked prevention. Now, what is prevention? Now, as you understand these areas which I talked about, you know, be aware about your own self. It is said awareness is health. You can write down somewhere in bold. Awareness is health.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe the agenda for today's is the same. They're getting aware of your symptoms.
We have written positive mindset. What is that? Be aware of yourself. I'll give an example. Suppose, man, that today you and me are sitting here and we had a fight, verbal fight. We abused each other, and maybe I shouted at you and abused you in front of 10 people. What would you feel?
Definitely, there will be some anger, rage,
Rage, indignated, humiliated, and you couldn't get out of it. You went with that anger in the night you slept. It remained in your heart. The disappointment remained in your heart.
definitely.
Don't you think in a long term it's going to really affect your immunity, yourself, your personality?
You use the word immunity. So is this anger going to reduce my immunity?
Yes. Why not? immunity, your personality, your defense, whatever you call different names, it will help, it will cause a lot of trouble. So first, one word, prevention. Everybody knows about the prevention. You have to take vitamin C. Every, people here are more educated than doctors, so I will not talk about those aspects. What I will talk about is look within, be aware of certain grudges that you are having, certain environmental excess stress that you are putting, stupid abusements that you put into your body, the extra stresses that you put into your body. And the word which I will give you is relax. Nothing is going anywhere. If the things has to be yours, it will come to you. So you should chill out. You should relax. Of course, I'm not saying you should not be ambitious and go getter, and you have to be. But at the same time, look within, see what's happening inside you. Every situation, what turmoil it is creating inside you. Are you able to get rid of jealousy, anger, hatred, all
Yep,
those
but that
aspects?
is human emotions. Don't you think this will happen? How much one can control this?
Of course. It's not about controlling, but first is aware. I'm not saying control. If it
Okay.
gets out of it, of course we are there to help you. But the first thing is at least getting aware. Then you will know why your fever is coming, why you're getting ill so many times. What are other aspects? Or maybe getting. I'll give you an example. I got a patient, I just remember right now. Actually, I was treating his uncle for eczema, and then he was accompanying me. So he used to cough, 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 cough. And I was seeing him for 3 weeks. I said, yeah, every time you come and you cough, what happened? So he says, no, no, I get cough, I'm taking medicine, nothing is happening. I said, why? He's taking all medicine, all whatever medicine, nothing is happening, but he's coughing, coughing, coughing. I asked, tell me, what do you do? How did it start and what do you do? So he says, actually, morning from Andheri to Vashi, he has to go on bike. Cold, huh? When it was climate change,
Okay,
three,
so
four
that
months
weather,
before.
so environmental
So he was
factor.
exposed. It was not intrinsic, extrinsic cause. He was exposed continuously. And parents were saying you should wear jacket, you should put some cloth, paper, all those precautions they were saying. But he's a young chap. No?
Yeah, many of our
No, no, nothing happens. I wear jacket, jacket. And he wears only one shirt. He will not even a banyan inside. So of course I treated him, he got better, but then just giving medication will not help. No?
it's
So,
precaution.
so I scared him. I scared him. You'll get this. He got scared. And next day he started wearing things. And of course, I gave medicine and got better. So, getting aware, not becoming, this is foolishness, isn't it?
Definitely.
Every day you eat vada pav and all junk food. And say nothing happens to me. The 10 years you eat, see what happens to you.
Great. So, doctor, if I ask, because this question is also many of these participants have asked us, so I put it in other way. So, what mantra Dr. Manish Yadav will give us for getting a better immunity? So, we are ready for this pandemic to fight. I understand the mental thing has to be controlled, but we can't sit home. We need to move out. So, we are exposed to things. We will get ill. We may get ill, and that fear is always there in mind. Ki today I went out, I met many people. I may or I should not get corona, or I will may I get corona. So people what doing is going towards immunity. I can see a number of advertisements coming towards immunity. So what mantra will you give, doctor? That okay, if you do this, it's a good for your immunity. I'm not asking medicine maybe or whatever is your take on it.
See, you said what should not be done so that you don't get ill.
Yeah, as in prevention.
Prevention.
Yeah.
You know what I say? Buddy, get ill. Don't worry. Get ill. Get mild cold and cough fever. No problem. This idea of not getting ill is also one of the problem where you infuse your body to a lot of medications. I don't want to get dinner. I don't want to get ill. I don't want to get ill. If you develop fever, right? I'll give you an example. Children who got chicken pox, our generation, they build an immunity for chicken pox. In their
Definitely.
entire life, they have not got it.
Yes,
Of course,
definitely.
you give vaccines and all, but I'm talking about disease. So when you get affected by a disease, automatic antibodies are generated.
Okay, right.
So don't fear about getting ill. If you get cold and cough, because climate is changing so weird, everybody is bound to happen. So get ill. There's no problem in getting ill, but take proper precaution, proper medicines, understand whatever things we talked about. Then I talked about hydration, like in normal scenario, what you should do: hydrate yourself properly. Everybody knows about vitamin C; it's so good when we're talking about cold and cough. And supplements, generally people want to take it. Of course, I always say take supplements. Take more of antioxidants.
Okay, so antioxidants would be one thing.
It is very important, especially vitamin A.
What are these antioxidants, doctor?
Antioxidants are basically, when we breathe in, we take oxygen and throw out carbon dioxide.
Right.
There are some oxygens which do not come together and they are free, revolving here and there. They don't get companion.
Something like free radicals?
Yeah, that's called free radicals.
Okay.
So those free radicals, they go bang on this cell, that cell, that cell. It causes a lot of damage.
Okay.
So antioxidant basically prevent these free radicals. It is a solution for.
Okay, so this is something which I never heard of.
Even not only this body, even like drinking tea, eating toast, burnt food. So from food also these lot of antioxidants can go and damage in a way. To end the stress, the pollution and all those things that happen. So antioxidants are good, like vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin C, CoQ10. The only thing I would suggest is that whenever you're buying anything, any product or any supplements you're taking, try to find its originality. Don't buy from the shelf directly. Oh, they don't give me this, because a lot of tablets that you get is all synthetic. Try to find out authentic source and get organic ones. You'll get it. You'll find it. You'll get it. And also in your food and drinks, you can Google it. You can Google it. Which foods are rich in antioxidants? Which foods are good in other vitamins? Take more. When we talk about food, come on vegetarian diet more. Eat more fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
Infuse your body with a lot of fruits and vegetables, because vitamins and minerals are only in fruits and vegetables. It's not in any other food. Protein, carbohydrates, fats you can get everywhere. But vitamins and minerals only in vegetables. So mix it. Have different dishes of fruits and vegetables. Maybe having a lot of salads and XYZ. So if you take proper care of this, and of course other aspect which I talked, relax, be calm, and go ahead and shoot for the world. It's there for you. But don't overdo things. Don't damage. In the process of achieving your goals and dreams, don't bargain on your health.
Okay. So maybe I should say the prevention or the immunity is all about knowing your body, having some good supplements or maybe a natural food, fruits and vitamins. So if everyone is listening to this, so we got a very good insight. So
Also,
yes.
one more thing. As a homeopathic doctor, I always suggest my people and patients, all the sciences are good and it has its own utility. We are born in such a great age that so much advancement has happened in every field, even in the medical science. But try to be natural. Your body, Mahendra, like what do you think? It's natural or synthetic?
Obviously, it is natural.
It's natural.
Or maybe I think so nowadays we are trying to make it synthetic.
We are trying to make it synthetic. That was nice.